He's worked with other legends like Engelbert Humperdinck, Belinda Carlisle.
And today he's here to tell us about some unsung heroes of surf music.
Legendary Michael Lloyd is here. Okay, let's talk about surf music. I've been to
Let's go surfing. It's a little cold. But,
every year, some buddies of mine do a surf camp where they're trying to keep surf music alive.
Okay.
And they're teaching it to little kids and stuff. What is it about that sound and that movement and stuff that still resonates today?
you know, it started with a guy named Bruce Brown. He did surf movies, and he would go around in the early 60s and show these movies in high school auditoriums and classrooms and stuff. He had no sound. He'd play The Ventures, which was a group back then,
Oh, yeah.
instrumental group, right? And they just became synonymous with surfing. And so when bands would come along, they'd want to emulate that sound, right? And they played certain guitars, and they had a certain thing.
Yeah.
And it just became surf music. It's because of Bruce Brown.
And it's hard not to like be happy when you
Right.
hear
No,
surf
it's
music.
great. It's
Yeah.
just, it's great. It's, of course, Dick Dale, you know, with the double picking stuff became a surf thing. And then eventually, that was all instrumental, of course, but then the Beach Boys came along. And Mike Love and Brian wrote songs that people in Iowa could relate to
Yeah.
and want to go surfing.
And
there's
wanna go
not a
come
lot
out
of
here.
beaches in Iowa.
And the reason we're even talking about this is you were part of a group called the New Dimensions back in 1961. It started off, right? That's
Okay, are you okay? Yeah,
that's okay. That's the year I was born. So it was all.
It's just better
that
and
wasn't
better.
better.
It hurt.
That
No, it
wasn't
wasn't
better.
better. Might just dig in a hole.
My
But you
gosh.
produced a documentary about your group, about the New Dimensions.
There's some wonderful people
Yeah.
up here that are doing this documentary, and it's just the greatest thing in the world to see old pictures, and people talk about it. And I've had friends on, the Beach Boys were on, and Dean from Jan and Dean, and just a whole bunch of people talking about not just surfing, but that whole beginning '60s music scene, pre-Beatles.
Yeah.
Which
Oh,
was
yeah.
a different vibe then. And so it's been fantastic. Very appreciative of all of what these people are doing. It's really great fun. And you know, I was up here a little while ago filming out at Miners Leap Winery. And a beautiful place. Great,
Oh, it's great up there.
wine.
Yeah. Oh, good
Did I say that on air?
Okay, no, we all agree.
And it just was so much fun. I mean, to play these songs, you know, and they were filming it, and there were people there, and we weren't at the beach, but it was great.
It's pretty great.
What do you think it is about Southern California in general, you know, Orange County especially?
It's the girls.
It's the girls. That's the answer. That
I
makes
wish
people want to
they
dance
all
to surfing
could
music.
be California. I mean, Mike
Sun
didn't-
and two-piece, and there you go.
Yeah, Mike didn't write these songs about, you know, he wrote them about a dream, kind of just this mystical thing, you know. So I get around, fun, all that.
Yeah.
There's something about that. The cars, you know, 4 and 9. It's not just the Beach Boys, obviously, but the whole Southern California vibe of Malibu and Orange County and so forth, the beaches, and there is a certain freedom, a certain fantasy. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, it starts back years ago with the movie Gidget. You know, that became
It's adorable. I know. So
right?
it was kind of a, I don't know, kind of a fantasy world, I suppose. But you know, a lot of people like to think of America still as kind of that time. You know,
I
they
think
like
so
that time
too,
in
and it
history.
was innocent, and it was carefree, and all those kind of words, you know. But it's nice for all of us, no matter where you live and what you do, to have a dream of, oh gosh, you know, sitting in the sun and all the cares of the world aren't there.
Yeah.
Well, we played the song we played when you came in from Dirty Dancing,
Yeah,
right? Did you write the bulk of that soundtrack or produced it?
I wrote the Latin dance music, all the dance music that Patrick and those people danced to.
Oh, neat.
And my friend Frankie Previtt wrote Time of My Life, and he also wrote Hungry Eyes. The interesting thing about that is we really didn't have a lot of songs. Nobody would give us any songs. Nobody cared about the movie. It was a little tiny movie. Those are the only singers that would say yes to do it.
Get out.
And
outta
Bill, I
here.
had known Bill since I was like 13, 14. I had to beg him to sing this song. Oh, my wife's having a baby. I don't know whether I want to come up. I said, oh my God. You know, and Patrick had a song that he had written, She's Like the Wind,
She's Like the Wind,
that he
yeah.
played for different people in movies. You know, would you do my song? Would you do my song? No. He played us the song. Yeah, we don't have any songs. Let's do it. So, you know, that's one of those things, though, where people worked really hard on the movie. we were all, you know, really into it and tried our best. So I think the opportunities that come along, you have to be able to step up and do your best if you can,
Yeah.
because you don't know what's going to happen. Little projects can be big.
because that soundtrack was huge. I mean, it was
Yeah.
like number one for like
You could sing
weeks on
every
end.
word to every song on it.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah.
So talk about what's happening tomorrow night at Harlow's, right? You
Harlow's,
can be at Harlow's? Yeah.
tomorrow, actually about
Oh, is it
noon.
midday? Right,
Yes,
yeah.
about noon. We're going to be filming at Harlow's, and we're going to be playing surf music. And we would love everybody to come out and have a good time. Pretend you're at the beach, and we'll make it hot in the place.
Oh, there you go.
And it'll be great. And you know, I just love being up here. I've come up now several times, and it's just been fantastic. I met a guy named Randy Perrigary. He has great restaurants.
Oh, yeah, we know.
Oh, yeah.
I've been down to the Esquire Grill.
Yeah.
That's been great. I met Loyal Miner, as I said, at Miner's Leap because we shot out there, and I've had his wine and stuff. So I'm coming back for more.
Well, yeah, me too. We love it up here. It's a good secret.
Yeah.
We try to keep it secret from the
No,
rest
it's
of the
just
state.
great. And I appreciate Sacramento a great deal. It's been a lot of fun.
Well, it's been a thrill to meet you, and thank you
thank
so
you so
much for
much.
coming in. You want to check it out again, 11 to 3 at Harlow's tomorrow there in
We'll
Midtown.
see you there.
See you there. Okay.
Wear your bathing suit.
What's it going to be tomorrow?
57.
Okay, maybe
Michael-
rethink that.
Michael Lloyd, thank you so much for being on Good Day.
Thank you, guys. Good to
That
see
was
you.
great.
So great.
Well,
You know what? I'm going there tomorrow. I'm going to see you.
not all news is